Hi, welcome to Paints and Glitter. This is Raquel. I want to welcome you to my channel and please let me know if you can see me okay. I'm going to try to do a live video today with you guys. I haven't been here in a while. Took a little bit of a break from social media and I'm hoping that you guys can see me clearly. Sometimes my internet does not cooperate with my live videos. However, I see I got a little heart, so thank you for that. I'm going to look for the live chat here. It should be coming up. So if you can see me okay, please say hello. Or if it's blurry, please let me know. I would highly appreciate it. I'm going to be playing with this die set, and I figured I should just share it. I don't have anything cut out yet, but I do have some papers set aside, and I've not had an opportunity to make this, so looks okay. Wonderful. Thank you, Lainey. Thank you so much for being here. So it must be, hi Stace. Hi, darling. It must be on my side that my internet is so poor. It's so sad. I always say this in all my videos, like my internet is so horrible, which is why I've not been doing too many live videos lately, because on my end it looks horrible and I don't like to put out content that people don't want to watch, so I'm going to roll with it. If it does get blurry, I do apologize, and I'll try to do my best on my side over here. So if you've never seen this set before, this was from Tonic Studios. Was it birthday week? The timelines are getting blurred in my mind because of now doing things ahead of time and all that. But I think this was from birthday week. I'm pretty positive. In any case, this was the beautiful beveled star. And I fell in love with it as soon as I saw it. I thought it was so gorgeous. And I have made 3D stars before using my other machines, which in fact, I'm going to show you one of them because I did keep it. I loved it so much. I could not part with it. And if you see my shirt or anything, it's because I'm leaning over. But I redid my craft room also. The setup is entirely different, so it's kind of throwing me off a little bit too. But yes, this set is stunning. But here is a 3D star that I made, and this was a couple of years ago now. This was using, or I shouldn't say that. This was showcasing items from Reneabouquets because I used to be on her design team. And I had so much fun making this because I was showing off her little beautiful board pieces that you can get from her, the laces, the, yeah, this little trim. And then I had added little pom-poms and all that. So I'm pretty sure that I used my cameo for this. I'm trying to think back, and it's so crazy how sometimes you just, I don't know, I forget. I have to look back sometimes at my projects, but yeah, I absolutely loved making this, and I did use some Nuvo products on this, which was the Nuvo Drops to color this particular snowflake. So that was using the oh my gosh, I'm trying to think back. Well, in any case, it was Nuvo Drops. So I did use two different colors of pink and white and whatnot. And then I used chunky glitter and all that good stuff. So this was a lot of fun. I believe this pearlescent card here, the pink one, may have been Tonic pearlescent card. I'm almost positive it was. And I mean, I'm not trying to, you know, pull at strings here. I'm just sharing what I had done with that. So it gives you kind of an idea of what something you can make with a 3D star if you're going with the ornament idea. However, this is meant to make a box. I've not even looked at it. I literally just was like, you know what? Let me go live, chat with my lady friends here, and play around with a die set. So this is one I picked out of my stash here. This was not sent to me, obviously, to design with, or it wasn't assigned to me, but I wanted it anyway, so I picked it up. So it says here, okay, so there's a base and a lid, and it's looking like the base. Oh, this is interesting. I'm guessing this is the base, this smaller one, and I need 3 of those. And then I need the lid. It says just 1 of these. And okay. There's side panels, obviously, to this. There's these little inlay pieces that are really beautiful. A tag that says "For You," in case you haven't seen this before. There's the greenery that you can cut out so that you can create some holly. So this is great in case you just want to make a card. And by the way, I think this sold out, so I apologize. But I do want to just craft today. And I'm gonna cut these out. I'm using, by the way, 110-pound cardstock for the base in white. For my layers, my intention is to use craft card, the classic card, in chili red. I thought this would be wonderful. And then all the other layers I'm gonna cut out in holographic card. So if y'all are in for the game, then we can start. So it says I only need 1 of these, and I'm just gonna chat as I cut paper, because you guys know this is kind of the time-consuming part of it. But I'm here for, I'm not rushing. I'm just chilling, chilling out, cutting paper and having some fun. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. If you follow Tonic Studios, you may have seen today's live video this morning. Sometimes it's a bit too early for my US friends. Let me know if you caught that or not. I'm interested to find out. So I need 1 of those, and then I'm gonna cut 6 of these little guys and 6 of the other little guys. So this is how I always do it. I separate out what is the base, what is a layer, and then I kind of do assembly line cutting, which is wonderful because it takes less thinking, I guess. And by the way, if you've not tried the low tack tape from Tonic, my word, it is so worthwhile. And I'm not trying to do like a plug. I'm just honestly, like, if I like a product, I'm gonna tell you, yeah, it's worth it. First of all, you can use it like 100 million times over and over and over. It's gonna get ugly, you know, like this one over here is kind of yucky looking, but it'll still work. It doesn't tear your paper, and if you like shiny paper, the pearlescent stuff that's, you know, very delicate, this is the perfect tape for it, because it's not gonna pull away that nice, beautiful, shiny layer when you take it off. So that's always nice. Okay, and then I know I need 6 of these. So I'm going to get my pieces prepped, and then I'm going to, you know, go to town with the cutting. So this is generally how I do this sort of thing. I cut out kind of like, you know, I know this is 2 1/4, so I'm going to try to make sure that I have 3 strips of this, because I need a total of 6, you know, how it goes. But I'm interested. Oh, now I can see my video. Okay, I can tell that it is too far up, so I'm going to move it this way a little bit. I think that's a little bit better. So I'm sorry if you guys were seeing something you shouldn't have seen. You may have seen a sneaky peeky by accident. But yeah, if you did not see, look at this, oh my gosh. If you didn't see today's video, let me know from this morning. I'm curious. And I do appreciate, oh, now I'm down to 2 people. The other 2 left me already. Or the other 3. And that's okay. Sometimes people peek in and they're like, oh, that's crafting, I'm out. And I don't take offense to that. That's okay. So this one, stars are a little bit tricky, but I'm thinking 5.5 inches. So let's see if that's true. Well, we shall see. Trying to think here. So I happen to have a magnetic plate for die cutting. So it's quite the benefit when you have to kind of fiddle around the placement of your dies. It does work out quite well because you guys know how that goes. Otherwise, you end up wasting 500 pieces of paper. I don't know. And I exaggerate just a tiny little bit. Just a little. Okay, so I've got my little pieces here ready to go. And in the meantime, I'm going to be feeding this through, so I apologize for any noise. I don't think it's going to be too loud though, because I have the Anna Griffin Empress, and honestly, out of all the other machines, this one's not too bad. It's not horribly loud or anything like that. So if you're like me and you have gentle hands and cannot tolerate cranking a machine because of, you know, whatever your hands cannot do, this is a good machine to have. Wonderful. Thank you, Lainey. I so appreciate you, hon. Thank you so much for being here. This, by the way, can be a gift box, whether it be for Christmas time, of course. Uh-oh, I think mine moved a little bit, but I think it's okay. Let me see. And this is, of course, because of the magnet. It happens even with the magnetic. Oh, I'm perfectly fine. Okay, so I've got one down, 5 more to go. What was I gonna say? Oh, yes. So the occasion for the box can be you bump 2 points against the edge, you need less card. Yeah, I know, mathematics and all that. I can think of angles when I'm not talking, Lainey, but if I'm chatting and paying attention to the video, girl, my mind just goes boop. When it comes to, you know, common sense of how to place things, it's so funny how that works. Because the machine helps me, but of course it's not going to instruct me on, hey, you did that wrong, you know? The good news is that if I do something like that, which was totally wrong, I can still use those for the smaller pieces, so I'm all good. You know, it's all good. But I am going to listen to your advice, Lainey. You said 2 points toward the edge, that I'm going to do exactly that. And now, if my pieces overlap on this magnetic plate, I don't worry about that because it's all going to get cut and layered onto anyway. So I'm going to do exactly that right now. So I'm just going to run these two together. But back to the occasion of the box, you can use it for a birthday if you're doing a theme where you are using the star as an accent, for instance. You know, sometimes for parties, at least here in the United States, it's very common to do a party where you give your guests a little gift for having been there. And the wonderful thing is that if you're doing that sort of thing, you can make the theme whatever you want, of course. And the other thing is that you can make the star in whatever color you want to fit or suit your theme. And I'm going to double check something because I'm second guessing myself here. Oh, be careful of the points. I think I just tore one. Let me see here. Okay, it does say the smaller one is 3. All right. Okay. I'm hoping I didn't just ruin that one, but we'll find out. All right, so this little guy is going to move this way now, and then I'm just going to place, I'm just going to take advantage of this, place everybody on there all at the same time. Even though I said I was going to do assembly line cutting, I'm just going to have everybody just play together over here, just for the sake of time. But to give you a little update on what's been happening on this channel, of course, if you've not been here for long, if you're a new subscriber, first of all, I welcome you and thank you so much for being here. That's probably why you got a notification. If you just happened to pop by because you were curious, then this is a channel that's, of course, all about crafting and 99.9% about Tonic Studios. And I'm happy to be able to say that. I'm very thrilled to be able to say that. And so the reason I mentioned today's live video, if you did not catch the live video directly on the Tonic Studios channel, which by the way you should go subscribe to if you haven't, because there you're going to see the samples that the rest of the design team shares. You're going to see the ladies from Tonic Studios that are, you know, the in-house people that are going to share with you everything that's upcoming and all that good stuff. All the exciting things, right? And it's just a wonderful kind of little community, if you will, of crafters that get together and encourage one another, which I think is absolutely wonderful. It doesn't matter if you're new at crafting or if you've been at it for many, many years. It's still the same. Everyone's welcome. And you get sneaky peeks of what's coming up next. So that brings me to share with you today that I'm in the process of finishing a couple of projects. What's coming up next is going to be absolutely adorable. You're not going to want to miss it. I almost feel like this time around there's a little bit of something for everybody. So I think that's really cool. And I'm going to share a very, very quick, super fast sneaky peek today. But that's a little later, not just yet, because I want to make sure that I do all my math here of how many pieces I need and all that jazz. So thank you so much for being patient, by the way, because I know I'm kind of all over the place. I'm looking here and going, girl, what are you doing? But it's kind of funny when you do this for so long, it becomes relaxing to just do it. So for me, the cutting paper, I don't stress too much about it, I guess. And if I end up with too many of whatever, I just end up using it in a different project. But let me count. I'm going to do a little math here and make sure I got all my things. Oh, look at that, another piece of paper. All right, so I need 3 of the small pieces. Got those. I need 1 of the large, which is going to be cutting, or I'm going to cut it next. Where's my hokey pokey? Here we go. I have to learn to not use my nails as tools because I've broken more than one. Ended up cutting them short again. Not that that's a topic of conversation, but in case it looks odd. Okay, so let's see here. I've got a couple more coming this way of the little side pieces and these little guys, which I know I need 6 of. And I need 6 of those, so I need 4 more of the side. And so are you ladies working on any projects as you listen to this video? Sometimes people are at work, I know that. Sometimes people are crafting and listening, because I know that's when I typically will listen to a live video, as I'm crafting along, doing my own thing, you know. I think I'm going to do the big star first. I'm going to do this one. Just get that out of the way. Then the rest are going to be multiples. And by the way, when you're cutting 110-pound cardstock, if you're concerned about shifting and all that stuff, I would say don't overload your plate, because you run the risk of having your dies move, which you saw, that did happen to me. And the worst thing that can happen is that you have them overlap and then have one die kind of crunch another. Believe me, it's happened to me. So, so yeah, if if you want to take good care of your things, just take the time, be patient, and take your time. Don't rush too much. It's not worth it. Okay, there's that. And I'm not sure if I just heard thunder or if that's someone moving a garbage bin. We shall find out. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these little diamond pieces, and I think I might need more. How many more do I need? Yep, I need 2 more of these. So I'm gonna grab some paper here. Okay, I think I'm a little off, what do you call it? Off screen here, but I promise you, I'm just grabbing paper and putting it on this plate. And so I want to know, I'm going to ask you guys in the chat, do you wait till November to do all of your Christmas crafting, if you do any at all? Do you get started early on? How do you like to do it? Do you like to do it in batches? Do you like to do multiples of one thing? Or do you just make it up as you go along? I want to know what kind of crafter is watching my channel, because of course I like to share tips of how I do things, but I love learning, of course, how other people do their crafting too, because there's not a singular voice in this, you know, crafty community. And thank God for that. Okay, I'm going to run this again because I think I ran it too close to my edge and it didn't cut just yet. Okay. Now I'm just doing a little bit of assembly line cutting here, which makes things easy peasy. I'm going to get the foundation cut out, and then I'm going to do some layering, of course. So we'll talk about that and how the options will work out with this type of die set. I feel like I haven't been here in so long. So, as I said earlier, I took a little bit of a break. I mean, I've been working, don't get me wrong. I've been working. I just have not been posting. Because I've been taking a break from that. I need 1 more of these guys. And it's good to keep a kind of, you know, a life balance when you're a creative type, so that way you don't burn out. It's happened to me in the past where I've walked into my studio here and gone, well, I like everything. I just don't know that I have it in me today to make anything, you know? And I think all of us go through that, of course. So I think balance is really important. And it's good to kind of just take a breath and kind of brainstorm ideas also. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I need 1 more. No, I don't. I have 6 of these. Yay! Okay, that round is completed. I need 1 more of the little skinny minis, I think. Let's see here if it'll fit on this. Wow, you made 20 Christmas cards in 2 days? Lainey, that is unheard of. That's a lot. But that's wonderful. You must have been really inspired. I think that's great when that happens. Because it's like, phew, okay, got that done, you know? It's such a feeling of accomplishment. I'm sure it is. Especially like if you're pleased with the results and you're like, wow, I did that, you know? I think it's great. Super, super. All right, so I obviously was not paying attention at all as to how I should be cutting these. because I would have done much better, but that's okay. As I said before, little scraps will just get used. These little bits, I just end up using them for sentiments later, so I don't cry about it. But I do want to be done with this layer already. So let's see, I've got my 3 small, I got my 1 large star, I've got, oh wait, I have this squirrel. Let's see here, will it fit this way? I'm trying to use my smaller pieces first before I go on to another large piece, although I'm pretty positive I'm going to end up using that anyway. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so I need 1 more of this little guy, and I need 3 more of this guy. All right, we're almost there, friends. We're almost there. So Tonic Studios put out a challenge of doing at least 5 Christmas cards per month. I did my 5 for last month. I have not done them for this month yet. And they're around. I think I told you guys I redid my room. So I've moved things around and I just took a look around and I'm like, gee, I wonder where I put those. They're here somewhere and I better find them before Christmas. But all joking aside, I do have all my cards in just one place. That way I'm not wondering. Okay, so this little die here, for some reason, doesn't like to join forces with other dies on the plate. Don't know why. But I only need 2 more. And I'm going to see if there's something. I hope there's nothing wrong with it. Okay, I hope it's not a dull die. Nobody likes a dull die. And that's probably only happened once to me with Tonic, so I would be very surprised. Let's see here. That was like a few years ago. Nope, nothing wrong with the die. That was just off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 1 more. 1 more of the base. Okay. And are you gonna fit on here? No, you're gonna be mean to me and make me cut another piece of paper. It won't fit on there either. Nope. Okay. I'm gonna cut this one down because this is only about 2 inches wide at the most. So, Lainey, what theme Christmas card have you made in your batches of the 20 that you said you made? Did you use a kit or did you use stamping or die cutting? Did you do like a mixture of both? Here's one that I made the other day. And that's probably like a week ago or something. I don't even know. But I didn't do a batch of that because that was too much. And let me see here. Yep, I think I put them all in a box. But this was using the kit that was released from Tonic, what was it, a month? June? Was it June? Oh, can't even remember now. I think this was from June. And I shared it in another video, I think. I'm trying to remember. But this was using the one with the little gingerbread and the little trees. That kit was just so adorable. It came with the stamps to make the little details on the houses and then the little candies, the candy canes, all that jazz. And then what I did is that I put this on a base of card cut out, sorry, with the purse die set that they released, just to see if I liked the shape. And I did do some stenciling. I created my own stencil. so that it would have little gingerbread men, but of course it's all covered up now. But this was fun to make. Oh, here's a little ginger. See, I made that stencil with my Cricut Maker. And then I use Nuvo products. So if you see that sheen there, if you like that effect, this is Nuvo Mousse. And that's the shape. And of course I could have done it in this direction too, or in this direction. So I'll be coming back with more. Hello, Beverly. Thank you for being here. I am just hanging out and crafting today. I'm not doing anything, nothing too crazy. I hope. Never know, right? Okay, so I got those little guys cut out. I believe I have everything. Let me count again because I second guessed myself. No, there's 6 here. I can tell just by looking. 6 of those, 6 of these, 6 of these. 6-sided star, right? 3 and 1. Perfect. Okay. We've got the foundation of our box cut out. Now, there's also one hanger piece. And this is completely optional because it depends on how you're going to use your star. Let me take a sneaky peeky here. Well, you know what? Let's cut it out. Cut it out. Let's see here. Let's cut it out. And then I'm going to grab what I know I want as my layers, and that's going to be the red. So let's see here. I think that I need to cut my red piece out of the large for the top. And again, this is chili red. If you've never used Craft Perfect paper, it has a linen weave on one side. It's smooth on the opposite side. And it's a wonderful foundation for you to play with your shiny sprays and the mousses and all that stuff. It has a really nice grasp of that. So I only need one of these. And I need the small, which is the bottom of the box. Beverly, we were just talking about Christmas cards. Have you made any? Lainey shared that she did a batch of 20, which is why I was sharing that one. I was saying that I didn't, I've not gotten that far. I've only done a batch, of 10, and I don't remember if I don't remember. Yeah, I did that in a live video. I just remembered that. So yeah, there on my playlist, there is a live video if you want to just take a peek at those other cards. I thought they came out so cute. Yeah, this one's gonna be tricky. Okay, so I'm gonna just wait a moment for this so that I don't give myself a headache. And I know that I'm going to cut out these. And I guess there's this. There's also, well, there's quite a bit of everything. All right, let me just cut this one and then I will continue on. Yeah. Well, it's officially September. So if you make 10 cards this month, 10 cards in November, you're only going to have 20. I don't know how many people you send Christmas cards to. I used to, listen, back in about 20 years ago? Yeah, 20 years ago, I used to send out like 100 cards. It's crazy to me that, and I don't know why I did that. I think it was just something that everybody was doing. But I mean, mind you, it was fun. It was fun to do, but now I think back and I'm like, whoa, that's a lot of cards. I don't know that I want to do that anymore because, I mean, obviously people have gotten away from it. I now think it's kind of like a wonderful way to keep in touch with people, of course. But because card making has changed for me, like in the way that I do it and all that, I have more difficulty doing the simpler cards. So I think that's why I'm just thinking out loud going, wow, I can't believe I used to do 20. But they were 20 much more simple cards than I make now. I was never doing any of that shabby layering, spraying, you know, I wasn't doing any of that stuff back then. So let me make sure I follow my angles so that I have enough space for everybody. Okay, so if you see what I'm doing here, I'm just like trying to, you know, be smart. Trying to be smart about the placement instead of just completely trivializing how I do this, so that way I don't run out of paper. Although I have a whole pack of this, so I'm not too worried. And then I am going to use my tape, woohoo, so that I don't get any craziness going on here. And typically I don't craft with red, but for Christmas I'm all about it. I love it. And I'm thinking I kind of want to get myself motivated. I think that's why I grabbed this today. I'm like, you know what? I know it's early, but you gotta start sometime. And I've been wanting to play with this set. Okay, so I think I only need 2 of these. My little points need some help here because of the fact that my plate doesn't get full pressure all the way around when I fill it. But look at how pretty that color is. Red and white is just, it's kind of classic, I guess. So do you guys decorate for Christmas? And if you do you have, do you follow kind of trends of a theme tree, or do you have traditions on how you decorate your Christmas tree? Because for a very long time, I've just put my kids' crafty things that they did at school on the trees. Anything they brought home, I would be like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. And then I'd put it on the tree for them, just to show them, you know, that this was something that, it was our family, you know. It wasn't about anything other than that. Of course, I am a Christian, so for me, Christmas is all about Christ, but I think that's probably why the tree wasn't so terribly significant in terms of how it looked, because I wanted them to just enjoy it. But now they're grown, they're out of the house, and I'm like, ooh, do I want to be trendy? Do I want to be trendy with my tree? Do I want to do a theme tree? Go crazy? Because now I kind of can, and it won't matter. My kids are not going to care. It's so weird to say that out loud. All right, got 3 little guys there. Now, normally, just to let you guys know, you can double up the paper when you're cutting these. I don't like to, for the simple reason that I like that beveled edge on the paper. Oh, wonderful. Oh, Mona Lisa. Hi. Thank you for being here. Yeah, same here. So it's kind of like, I like all the other pomp and circumstance of the celebration, but that's just for vanity's sake. To me, there's no like real importance in it. It's just that it's fun. Like I love going to the shops that are all decorated and have all super beautiful shiny things, because I'm like a magpie, you know, shiny, and I'm there. It's like, I want to see it, I want to touch it, I want to, you know, surround myself with that festivity, I suppose, is the reason. Some people shy away from that. I don't. I think it's all good, you know, so long as it doesn't become the center of it all, you know. But that's true for anything else. If you're doing it to keep up with the Joneses, then I'm like, then I lose all interest. But I love seeing children have that kind of expectation and that wonder and all that. I think there's that innocence of a child who sees like the preparations of Christmas time. I really love that. Okay, so I believe that I will have enough. I'm trying to look at this the paper to see how many pieces I can get out of it. And the reason I'm doing that is because a lot of times in the groups, people want to know how many pieces of paper did it actually take for you to create that one project. And I think that's a really good question. Of course, if you love layering as I do, then I always add one more just in case. But it is good to have kind of a basic knowledge of, okay, I want to make sure that I have enough supplies. You know what I mean. But I'll tell you a little story. One Christmas I was visiting my mother. She lives in Puerto Rico. That particular Christmas, this was a while ago, my mom was like, I am getting a tree because my grandson is here. Oh my gosh, this was a long time ago because my youngest had not even been born, I think. Gosh, I'm trying to think back. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he hadn't. And so we went, we went all over the place looking for this darn Christmas tree. And I don't know what happened that year. There must have been a drought or whatever, but we were having a really hard time finding a tree. We finally did. This thing was so dry, it was not even funny. Then we get to her house and she did not have a stand. Come on, I'm trying to press the button here. So she didn't have a stand for the tree. So the next best thing, which her husband thought of, was to use a cinder block. So here we are putting these gorgeous glass ornaments on this beautiful, you know, Christmas tree, albeit, you know, a bit dry, but still it was beautiful. And it you know, fulfilled its purpose. And decorated it so beautifully and everything, and my mom was so happy. Everyone goes to bed and everyone's sound asleep, and in the middle of the night, I have to, you know, give a little detail here, which is that particular house that my mother had, the entryway was glass doors, right? A lot of glass in this house. So in the middle of the night, I hear a crash, and I'm thinking, oh no, someone's breaking into this house, and I don't have a way to protect myself. I have a small child, you know, like, we're all gonna die. And I, you know, curiosity killed the cat, of course. So I'm like, I need to go see, like, did someone break the door in, and are they trying to steal Christmas gifts? Like, that's the only thing I could think of. Although I don't even think we had anything under the tree yet. Lo and behold, I walk into the living room, and there's this poor broken tree in the middle of the floor. Because the cinder block, for some reason, didn't work out. And I felt so bad. There were beautiful ornaments just like smashed all over the place. And in the middle of the night, I don't even know what time it was, there I am picking up a tree by myself in the living room because I didn't want anyone to wake up and see that disaster. Oh, Lord have mercy. But the things that happen. So yeah, if you're having trouble finding a base for a tree, just don't do the cinder block. 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think I need one more of this little set for the sides. Oh gosh. Memories. Good times all around. My life has been full of those good times. Unexpected little things here and there, but that's okay. Let's see here. Okay, we're getting there, and I appreciate y'all's patience as I cut and tell stories, but this seems to be a theme in my life. Cutting and telling stories. It was good for the laughs, I have to say, but that's kind of how my family is anyway. It's like, well, that didn't quite work out. Let's just laugh about it and move on. But I was having a panic attack because I'm like, someone broke into this house, and you know how you set up your own mental like story of what's actually happening, and I'm picturing these thieves with the black masks, Hamburglar style. Oh my gosh. Oh, Mona Lisa, this is only one. If you can believe it, this is only 1 star. The thing is, it has sides, right? And there's 6 of these. That means 12 of these, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm done with that. And then I don't know how many of these I needed, but I'm guessing the same because there's 6 of these. So there's 1, 2. Almost done with that one. And then what I'm going to do is, even though I said I like to double up on these, I'm sorry, I like to do it singularly. I am going to double up so that way you guys are not here till next Tuesday. So I'll be cutting 2 of those now at a time. Okay, and that should be easy enough. Just going to cut this in half and then double it up. And I hope I'll have all of them. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I won't have all of them. I need a couple more of these, sadly. But I'm almost there. Almost there. Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have had all of these cut out, but quite honestly, I've been working on another project, and I quickly just set all of that aside and then came on. Now my live videos are, you know, they're meant to just be fun. I always say I want you to feel like you're hanging out at a girlfriend's house, just chatting, having your cup of tea or coffee, and talking about crafty things in life, and just taking a moment to just, you know, slow down a little bit. So they're not for everyone, I am aware, but this is just me crafting in my room. And the other thing is that you can pick my brain while you're here. If you have any questions about whether it be Tonic Studios crafts or crafting in general, then I'm happy to respond. And in a little while, I'm going to give you guys a sneaky peek of what's coming next week. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm sorry, I tried doing the double up and my die did shift. So that's why I can't. All right, but I need only 1 more little piece of paper, and all of my red layers will be done. So you will need, if you don't think it through, you'll need more than 1 red piece of paper for your layers. I'm sure if you plan it out better than I have, then you won't. But I only need like a 1-inch strip from this, and that's fine. And this is 2. Okay. Okay, I am going to try to double this up and pray to God that it does not slip. I use my little tape here. Sometimes it's just the machine. Okay, let me see if that works. Oh, you poor thing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I understand how you're feeling, Mona Lisa. I live with chronic pain, so prayers appreciated. Sorry, I was just bending over to pick something up. I'm on over 3 years of constant perpetual 24/7. Ouchie. So yeah, I understand fully. It can really work on your mind, and if it were not for my faith in Jesus Christ, I don't think I would have lasted this long, honestly. And I share that because I think that it's good to understand that there is hope, even in circumstances that can seem so bleak, because pain is not fun. I don't care who you are. I don't care how mentally strong you are. I share this with my husband. I tell him, you know, I had 2 children, and I'm so happy to say that I didn't have to have like an emergency C-section or anything like that. And I don't mean to get too graphic, but you know, like you ladies know that when babies are not easy to birth. So I'm like, so just picture that for, I don't know, 3 years. Picture that level of pain for 3 years. Any man would have been like, tap out. I'm out of here. You know, but it's really been just an experience. That's all I can say. It's been an experience. I don't recommend it. I wouldn't join that club if someone asked me, hey girl, do you want to be part of the chronic pain? No. But it's also a testament to the fact that life can throw some real big curveballs at you, but it's not a reason to give up. And that it is okay. I mean, I've learned a lot through this, you know, it's okay to ask for help. That's not something I like to do at all, ever, for any reason. But yeah, sometimes you have to. Sometimes life says, well, nope, this is not the way your journey is going to go. It's going to go a bit different. And you just have to take a deep breath and go, okay, one day at a time, one step at a time. If that is all you can muster, that's okay. So that is my testimony. I will share it with you. I know I'm crafting, but I've always said I'm not going to ever deny my faith because of any kind of, you know, crafty activity or team or product. Nah, that's, you know, not going to be doing that. Not on this channel anyway. Other people may do that. If that's their thing, that's their thing, but not I. Okay, I cut, as you can see there, 1 layer for that. I'm hoping that's all I need for the decorative layer. This is the lid layer, okay? These are my side layers. So I'm now going to assembly style place the little red pieces of paper that you guys watched me cut onto these. This also has layers. I'm not going to do that today. Will not torture you, even though I feel like kind of already have. But that's okay. Be merciful. All right, so let's get some adhesive. Get going on these layers. I'm going to read the chat really quickly because I feel like I've neglected you guys a bit. So Mona Lisa's working on Thanksgiving cards. Lainey is working on cards. Beverly. Oh Lord, Beverly, girl, you deserve a medal for 2 of those. Woo! Yeah, mine were natural, and I was one of these girls that I was like, I'm not taking any medicine. I just don't like taking any kind of medication. The second time around, I was kind of bullied into taking an epidural, and I still remember it was because the nurse said, you know, your toes are curling up and you don't need to do this with this pain. Like, we can take care of you. And I was just so skeptical of other people. And I, because of some life circumstances, I didn't have any kind of trust in that anyone would do something nice to me. That's a part of my story. So I didn't trust that a nurse or a doctor or anybody for that matter was actually going to do something that was going to help me. I was like, yeah, right. And then I remember telling her, I'm not afraid of pain. It's okay. Women all over the world have babies and it hurts. Like, I get it. And she was like, no, you're not going to get a medal for this. And they conned me into it. And I took the epidural. And then after that, I was like, oh, this is what people talk about. Oh, okay. So Mona Lisa is asking, is this going to be an ornament for a tree? Yes, ma'am, it will be. I want to make an ornament. I really don't know if I'm going to make a gift box, and here's why. My first go around, I think, usually tends to be decorative when I make these kinds of things. And then if I think there's a gift that will fit and will work out, then I'll go ahead and make it as a gift box. But this one today is going to be strictly just, you know, for fun, because if I were to make it into a gift, I would have added all the shiny things to this paper, meaning the sprays, the Nuvo, and all that stuff. But I'm just doing this for fun. This is just for the therapeutic effect of cutting paper and gluing paper and chatting with friends and having a good time. That's it. But absolutely, if you want to, you know, make an ornament out of this, that's what this little guy is for. So I'll be adding that so we can take a look at how it looks. Because, take a look at how it looks. Look at me. Ah, wait. Oh, no. Did I forget? Are you kidding me? No. Let me see. Will they fit here? Guys. Apparently, I don't know how to add. Where's my square? Where'd it go? Did I leave it somewhere? I know it's here. Okay, give me 1 second. My eyes. Not be. Oh, here you are. Okay, it's a rectangle first of all, not a square. I'm gonna use my little itty bitty machine because your girl forgot to cut 2 more. I don't know what happened. No idea. Twilight Zone moment. But maybe that's why I cut this long strip of paper. Who knows? I was missing 2 more. Come on, stick to the paper. Yeah. But thank you so much for your offers of prayer. They're, you know, I think it's a good thing. It's probably the kindest thing anyone could ever do for another person. So I receive it, I welcome it, and I thank you for it. Okay, yay, she got done with the rectangles. All right, now the other thing that I wanted to mention, okay, as I just said, I'm just doing this for the fun of it and all that. However, this set does come with layering pieces like this, okay, which I'm probably going to add off camera. There's this one. Okay, so if you just saw these little rectangles, instead of using just the red, I can layer this super duper fancy piece on top, or I could have cut into it if I wanted to. And then this is just, you know, different ways in which you can use these, okay? So this will layer right on top like that. And that would give you more little star motifs in there. Absolutely stunning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them out of holographic paper, and I am going to layer them on top, but because I don't want to keep you guys here all day, then I'm just going to do it off camera, because I will have to get up from this chair before I pass out, because that's the other part of the whole fun of it, right, is that I'm not able to sit for too long, and I am sitting right now. But I'm going to move now on to this little panel, and then we'll start making the 3D portion of this. But the other thing is, for instance, Mona Lisa, if you were to create this as a gift, There's no reason why you can't make it into an ornament that you gift someone. As a matter of fact, I think it was, gosh, I don't remember which lady it was from the design team who made it. Oh, was it Shabnese? It might have been Shabnese. She doesn't do videos, but she does do, I think she does reels on Instagram, and she does share photos. She's got a great Instagram page that you want to follow. I think she made it into an ornament hanging on a card front, so that way when the recipient gets it, they're going to be able to take the little star right off the card and put it right on their Christmas tree. And how cool is that? You know, which, I mean, just goes to show these things are so versatile. You can have a lot of fun with them. You use them however you like, because that's the benefit of owning something. You know? You use it for the theme you want, and you use it for the gift you want to make. As I was saying earlier, for instance, if you were doing a theme party and you were, oopsie, okay, that doesn't go there. That goes here. If you were doing a theme party and giving away goodies, maybe you're having a girlfriend get together or a reunion of some sort or whatever, or a baby shower, and you just need a little motif that's not, that's kind of universal, you know what I mean? A star is always that motif. It goes with everything. So if this comes back again, because yes, it did sell out, and I just kind of goofed up on that one. If it comes back again, Sam! Yay! Thank you for being here, Sam. Oh, and my apologies, before I forget, I meant to tell you guys, some of you ladies were participating in a live video, and it was with Eve and I'm blanking on the other person's name, but she's such a cutie pie. Oh my gosh. She's the one who has chickens. I know Sam knows who I'm talking about. Yeah, I had said, hey, yeah, I'm gonna go live on Thursday. Well, that didn't happen. That was yesterday. Obviously did not happen. So I do apologize, because I would have, except for I forgot that I had a commitment, so I could not do the live yesterday. And Sally, yes, Sally. Oh my gosh, she's such a darling. What a sweetheart. I love listening to her. I don't know what it is. It's just like she just comes across as such a cutie pie. I've never met her. She just has this like cute little giggle, and I don't know. And I love her stories about her chickens. She floors me with her stories about her little chickens. About the one chicken that wouldn't lay eggs. I'm like just laughing thinking about it. I'm like, oh, poor Sally. You got a constipated chicken. Yes, Sam. I think that's what it is. It's that gentleness. It's very, you know, very evident. I need more of that. I need to hang out with Sally, because I got Jesus in me, but there's the gentleness is just not always there. I'm a little rough around the edges. I think everybody who knows me can attest to that. Not with any intention. I think it's just been, you know, the hard knocks I've been through they've left some dents in me. But I'm a very transparent person about that, you know. But I want to join that whole, you know, homestead life. I want to get a chicken coop. I've been telling my husband this for 4 years. Oh, by the way, guys, before I forget, yes, we are everywhere, Mona Lisa. We may be a little quiet about it, but we're here. What was I gonna? Oh yeah, we harvest. I shouldn't say we, because I was in the house and my husband was out of the house, because I was like, no, not getting stung today. My husband harvested our honey this past weekend, last week, you know. So I have honey to sell. I keep telling him I want to do the small jars. I got the small jars. So let me just show you because I happen to have it here. This was last year's harvest, and I kept this for, you know, when you do beekeeping, you have to have a point of reference, right? So this was last year's honey. Now, honey does not go bad, in case you're wondering. And this was our logo that I created. It's called Sweetheart Honey. And yes, your girl did design the bee jar and the bees and all that cutesy stuff. However, it's hard to see because the lid is gold. I have the potential of doing this in a very a smaller jar, but right now, because my husband took over the whole thing, he did big jars, and they're going to be $10 jars because that's just the going rate. So if you are not afraid to pay shipping on a jar of honey, hit me up on Instagram. I have $10 jars at the moment, okay? So, and it's, by the way, it's not, there are different kinds of honey, okay? If you need to see a picture of it, because I just said this was last year's, this year's it's a little bit lighter, and I can give you details on that because I'm not going to do a honey video right now. But if you want me to come along and do a honey video, I can do that. So that would be fun, I think. But I remember when I first started with the whole thing, sharing on here, and a lot of you guys were quite excited about it. So I figured, you know what, let me mention it again. Yeah. So, oh, and I can do, see, I don't know. I guess I shouldn't open my mouth because I commit to more than I can do sometimes. So I'm not going to do that to myself today. But that's not the only, by the way, this could easily sell for $10, and I forget how many ounces this is. I think this is 8. I can't remember now, but the other ones are larger. It's a lot more honey than that. So it's a bargain if you think about it, because honestly, unless you're baking a whole bunch of stuff, you don't really use that much because it has such a pure, gorgeous flavor. A little bit goes a long way. So, and the health benefits, yes, they are real. So, y'all know I'm referring. Oh, yeah, it is. It's very cool, except for, let me tell you, it's not for everybody because my husband came in this room. Okay, so I'm over here crafting, and I'm like, oh, life is great. I'm crafting. You know, that's my theme song. Just kidding. And homeboy walks in, and that's what I call him homeboy. I know he's not a homeboy, but whatever. That's what I call him. He walks in. One ear looks like a chuleta. I mean, like, Sam knows what that means. It's so big. And Lainey, to answer your question, get on my professional mode. This is classic card in chili red. Links available below in the description bar of my video, for all tonic product that you may want to pick up, except for the star because it's sold out. But yeah, so he walks in, and one ear looks like he put a pork chop on his head. The other ear is normal, right? And then his right hand, because he's right-handed, same thing. Like, it looked like a mitten. Like, I don't even know. I was just like, what is going on? And I said to him, what did you just do? Like, yeah, Sam, I'm like, ¿qué es esa chuleta que tú tienes en la cabeza? Like, what on earth is going on here? I wish I had pictures, but he refuses to be on the internet. He's like, nope, that's never gonna happen. I was like, okay, you know that movie? Oh gosh, what's the movie? It's a Disney movie, and Esmeralda and the other dude. What was his name? He looked like that. It's like, where's your tower? It was hilarious. Now, you know I'm Hispanic. We make fun of everything and everyone, so that just means I love you. That's it. Yes, that movie, Mona Lisa. He was all like, "Oh man, I'm kid you not." And I said, "Okay, first of all, what?" And he goes, "Well, I was digging in to get the frame. So where the honey is, where the bees make the honey comb is called a frame." And it does, it kind of looks like a little window frame screen almost, you know. Let me, oh, I'm being awful, guys, and I'm sorry. It's just that I'm thinking about honey. And so he said he was sticking his hand in there to grab the frames, and of course, him being him, instead of putting on gloves, he's like, who's got time for that, you know? Let me just get this done. And so he was not wearing a glove, and the bees stung him in the hand. I don't know what happened with the ear, because he does wear protective netting on his, and the hat and the whole bit. We have the whole, you know, we have gear, because like I could go out there and help him, but I was like, nah. I look like an alien. The neighbors stare. We, you know, they probably think we're just the biggest weirdos in the world. But it works. I mean, the thing is that I'm just like, I don't know. It takes me a minute. I have to be in the mood. And he said he got stung 20 times. I was like, how are you not dead? He's like, it goes with the business, you know. So he was like, that's why not everybody can do it. And I'm in agreement, because I sure as heck don't want to be stung 20 times. And it does something to you, let me tell you. Yeah, so I'm changing my name to Esmeralda. I know there's a song. There's some song I'm supposed to know, so I need to learn it so that when he walks in the house, I can just start singing it. I don't even know, because I don't know enough about Disney movies. I think, like, the one that I like is the one about, I like Moses. Just because I think it's an absolutely beautiful, you know, depiction. Not realistic, but it's beautiful. But I have boys, so my boys were never, thank God, into any of that, because there's only so much I can tolerate of that kind of thing anyway. I'm just not that girl. I know some people are like, you know, aficionados, lovers of that sort of thing. Me, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I can, you know, I'm all good with Star Wars and Lego. Yep, I'm cool with that. So, okay, obviously you're seeing me do the nitty gritty here of folding and burnishing, right? And I know this is repetitive. I know. But what you want to make sure when you do 3D crafting is that you get all of your angles as perfectly as possible, because they can make or break your project, right? If your angles are kind of off, it adds up. And I don't mean to scare anybody, but it's just the reality of making 3D projects, you know? Especially if you have pointy bits. The pointy bits. So that's why I'm going through the trouble here of doing all of this, getting myself ready with all those angles. Okay, moving that aside for a second, and then doing these. But yeah, those are the happenings. Yes. Okay, so Mona Lisa, honey in my coffee. For me, that's not my jam. It's just because I grew up with having coffee taste a certain way. Like, I don't even like flavoring in my coffee. I've tried it. I used to drink back in, like, in my 20s, I used to drink, back then the thing was hazelnut. I remember when hazelnut coffee was all the rage or whatever, right? That was like before pumpkin spice anything, right? But for me, it was like, I kind of just walked away from that, and now I'm just a purist. I like my black cup of coffee with nothing in it, or I like latte, you know, coffee with milk. Or I don't even use milk. I use cream, heavy cream. That's what I do. Make a cappuccino and then put some heavy cream in there. But I don't like honey in it because, again, the honey has such a strong flavor. Now, if you have not tried vanilla ice cream with honey on it and pecans or walnuts or something like that, do yourself the favor, I said flavor, and try it because you're going to like it. It's so yummy. Yeah. I was doing keto for a while and I just got myself used to the heavy cream. And it's my one treat that I allow myself during the day. So that's why I use it. I need to get back on that because it's really good. It's really good for my health. Yeah, but I learned to drink black coffee as a small child. So my first cup of coffee ever was a black cup of coffee. I've told that story before here, but yeah. My mother used to drink it in the afternoon. That's like one memory I have of my mom is just her sitting there with this really hot, scalding hot cup of black coffee and just her relaxing in the evening. And I associate it with that. But we are definitely a coffee family. Wait, what? Okay, you're talking about vanilla ice cream though, right? Mona Lisa's saying you put blueberries and strawberries. Yeah, because I do that too, but not in my coffee. All right, those little guys are all folded. Now, let's go with, to create the base, take your lid sides and fold all the crease lines. Yes, form your base by adhering each side tab to its adjoining piece. Base. Another. Wait, what? Okay, all right, I got it. Took me a minute. I'm like, what? Okay, I'm guessing this needs to be glued on first. Let's go with that theory. Okay, so I'm gonna glue this on first. Okay. Oh, and another thing is mentioning coffee. If you've never tried affogato, that's my favorite dessert. That and tiramisu, but affogato is espresso poured over vanilla ice cream. Oh my word. It's so good. I might have some of that tonight. It's so good because you can get, like, if you're watching your sugar intake, you can get sugar-free vanilla ice cream and then pour some espresso over it. Yum. Okay, so the smaller star goes with the larger edge. This puppy's gonna go right here, all the way around. Okay. I like to put the adhesive on the base rather than the little tabs because I'm more likely to get it all over my fingers if I am aiming at the tabs. This little guy I'm pretty sure folds out, not in, so I'm going to go with that. And then I'm just going to hold this in place here and use the table as my little helper here. That's just something I like to do. So that way I can apply pressure and not have to worry too much. And the little points are going to be the more tricky part of this. But you guys know that when I craft, if I don't get something perfect, No sweat. It's gonna get some glitter on it. Or some paint. Some paint or some glitter. Don't worry about it. Move on. All right, so I'm gonna do next one here. Okay, the little tab is going to adhere to its little neighbor friend there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the glue there. I've got my glue on my base. It absolutely is. I tried it for the first time when my son went away to college. I went to visit him and we stopped at a little ice cream place, and I was like, you know, I can't bring myself to eat a dish of ice cream or a cone or none of that. It was like I'm over that. But then I saw on the menu affogato, and I was like, ooh, what is that? That sounds yummy. And when I saw that it was espresso, I was like, yep, you sold me on that. And it is. It's kind of like, it's such simple dessert, but it's so good. All right, let me make sure I got my little angles right here, not right on this end. So this glue has a little bit of, it has kind of an ideal sticky time, I would call it. Because if you wait too long, it's kind of like, oh, you lost your opportunity. And I know that sounds really weird, but if it's the initial placement of it, it might move on you, of course, because of the water content in there, but I'm trying to make sure. Okay, here we go. You have to apply some pressure to make sure that you get this right on the edge, because if not, naturally the paper is just going to want to bend in a little bit. Now what I'm wondering is, I think this is meant to go on the outside. I think I did it wrong, didn't I? Yep, that's what it is. I did it wrong, so do over. The tabs are supposed to go on the outside, guys. Learn from my mistakes. Learn from my mistakes. Look at her ripping the whole thing off and not caring a bit. So that's how it goes in life. I think I've done this in every live video where I'm like, oh, I didn't read that part. Oh, she tore it off. Yep, she sure did. And nobody died. That's how much I don't care. All right, let's do it again. I'm going to do this as the inside of my box. That's it. That's as much as that's going to change. All right, so I'm still going to do the adhesive on here. And this is all going to be covered, which is why I'm not even worried about it. Okay? I made a mess, but that's okay. I'm going to do the same application, but I just flipped it upside down. That's all. Don't cry for me, Argentina, or anybody else. It's all good. I'm going to go down in history as that girl who never once followed instructions on the first go-round. Ever. But still survived. All right, so I'm going to do the same application. That part's not changing. I'm just going to aim it. I actually think this is going to make it easier, because that outside portion, and you'll see, I'm just going to cover it up the same way that I did, you know, a minute ago. So it's all good. This makes it a whole lot easier though. Yay. I'm happy about that, because now it's just a little gentle kind of squeeze there. Whole lot easier. So my apologies for overcomplicating things. Didn't mean to do that. All right. So I still need to give it a tiny bit of a squeeze here, just to make sure that it's aiming in the right direction there. This is thick paper also, just to let you guys know, the white paper is 110-pound cardstock. So it's going to want to separate or pull away or whatever, but I just, what do you call it? Approach that. I was trying to think of the word. I approach that with just a bit more glue. Just add a little bit more. Okay. It separates. I need to squeeze it together again. So I'm going to give myself a moment here, okay? I do need to hold this together because it wants to separate and I don't want it to fall apart. Yeah. My oh no moments are frequent. But I take it in stride. I'm like, it's okay. It's just paper. There's nothing, you know. I've torn pages out of books on this channel. Oh gosh, what haven't I done? Like, oh yeah, I did that wrong. Surprise, surprise. Okay, next little guy here. And you see, it didn't take too horribly long. It just doesn't look cute because this looks horrific from the, you know, underside here. But that's because I tore into it. You know, it happens. It's okay. And my table here is not, you know, 100% pristine. But that's, you know, to be expected at this moment anyway. All right, so press, 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 press. Kind of aim, press, and pinch. Aim, press, and pinch. All right, here we are. I'm wanting to make sure that those little corners are nice and neat, or the points. Nice and neat little points. Now the other thing is, what would you put inside of this type of box because of the shape? Obviously something that will fit the center really nicely. This would be great for like a little pair of earrings, for trying to think. This measures from here to here 2.5 inches. So, you know, it would have to be something small. Candies, of course, is always the easy thing to fill a box with, but in case you're wondering for anything else, trying to press, 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 and I feel like I need more glue, more adhesive, more, I need more. Yeah, I feel like I need more. And the other thing is that you can, if you're comfortable enough, you can do hot glue here and there. I shy away from it, but to each his own, you know. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I won't tell anyone what to do, but that's another option. I think it's going to be okay like this. Because this adhesive is quite strong. You just, you know, you do have to give it the opportunity to dry. Just like anything else. Okay, get my little tab. Okay. And you have to enjoy 3D crafting just for the, you know, the pleasure of creating something out of paper also. You know, the off the page projects I think are fun for me. I just enjoy them. Again, because it's like you take a piece of paper out of a package there and you're transforming it into something new. There's something about that that I really, really like. And picking it up, applying more adhesive, doing my little tab. Once you get into the groove of it, it's a whole lot easier. And of course, following instructions is always a bonus. Always a plus. to do it the way the experts are telling you. Of course, I'm not an expert in anything. Here we go. Yes, deluxe adhesive. I've tried. In fact, I still have a brand new refill of another brand, and I'm like, no, I'm sorry, I can't use you because this one is so much easier to handle. Now it does oxidize, and that's every glue. Every glue will oxidize, you know. So what that means is it's going to turn brown once oxygen or air hits it, and you're going to look at your hands and be like, ew, you know. But I always keep a little handy wipe or whatever, not handy wipe, what's baby wipe or kitchen towel or whatever, and always keep a moist one nearby. And if I'm, for instance, I'm not doing a live video, I'm crafting, I'm creating a gift, and I'm using white cardstock, I'm going to be cleaning my hands constantly because I don't want to stain the paper, ruin it. But as I said before, this video is just for fun today. I wanted to break this out, see what it's like, you know, make all my mistakes and share them on a live video. And that's okay. To craft just for the fun of it. Take a little break from all the other things. But yeah, hands down, deluxe adhesive, 10 out of 10. And that's not because I do Tonic Studios videos, because let's be honest, I was using it before before I was doing anything for a design team, and I still would tell you the same. Like, you could look back at the videos and you're gonna see, oh yeah, she's been using that glue for a while. And I did try all the other ones out there. The only one I never ordered was the one from overseas. They call it Kolal, because I know that that's very similar to Beacon Easy Tack or something tack, I forget, Faber-Tac. I know it's very similar to that, and I'm not a fan of that because it has, I don't know, it has some sort of solution in it that if you get it on the wrong thing, it'll strip the color right away, and I'm not a huge fan of that. Okay, so now, here's the other thing that I will do off camera. I will be cutting more of those little rectangles like you see here and applying them on the inside of the box. Excuse me. Just to get the shine, okay? Because I like that impact of you open it and you get, you know, some really unexpected like color in there. Now, let's cover up all the boo-boos. All the ick. And that's what the instructions had said. Like, don't worry about it. Just put another piece of paper on top. And here, I'm going to follow the little sides with the adhesive. It gives a nice sturdy finish also, which I love. Love a nice sturdy project. Okay, grab my little guy here. And make sure that it's right where it needs to be. I wouldn't press down on it too hard because you don't want your paper to crumble or get any kind of curves in it, but so long as you cover most of it, that's okay. Now the other thing is that once your adhesive dries, if you see a little icky part that you're not fond of, get a rubber eraser. I always say this is the ugliest tool in your craft supply, but it's the best because it'll take away any of that that icky, you know, bit that you don't like. Unsightly pieces of glue you can take away with that. Beverly, I pray that you do heal and feel better, sweetheart. Thank you so much for having been here. I know that this is a lengthy video, but I thank you, thank you, thank you. And I hope that you have a great weekend. So it says here to create the lid. Start by taking your six-sided lid. Let's see, which one's my lid? This little guy here. Fold all the crease lines. I did that. Okay, so this is next. And this is going to be in the same fashion. It's going to go around all of the little corners here. Okay. So I'm going to do, you know, pretty side up. And, or no, the other way. Yeah, pretty side down. Because I'm going to do it like this. And then I'm going to cover that up the same way that I did before. That little side tab is going to go out in the same way. Join that little V and press down. Boy, I know what it's like also. I mean, Beverly, there's been so many times that all I can do is just like lay on the couch and put on a peaceful video of some sort and just try to kind of zone out for that moment because it can get so crazy. So my heart goes out to you, hon. Woo-hoo. Almost did it on the wrong side. It's funny how you have these habits of how you make things. It's a little bit hard to break out of that, but there we go. Once you get it, you get it. Now, I mentioned before that one of the other ladies on the design team did take this star. She, I believe she took this one, the larger one, and she decorated it with the pieces that you can put on top and all that really beautifully. However, she didn't make it into a box. She placed it onto the front of a card and created a flatter ornament, but still a really beautiful ornament. And that's a wonderful way to share it and gift it, you know. So you could definitely put it on the of a gift bag. I think that would be super cute if you're giving a Christmas gift or a birthday gift or whatever. Baby shower, as I mentioned before, anniversary. You could put the person's initials on the front and attach this as a tag onto a bag where you'll have the gift, and that would be a beautiful presentation also. If you're wondering about the height of the star, by the way, because this is something I always want to know, this measures 5 3/4 by 6 1/4. Am I right? No, 5 1/2. Come on, girl. 5 1/2 by 6 1/4. Okay, if you need an idea of how far this, you know, goes out. Okay, pinch that little guy out. And do the same with this one. But do you guys have any questions for me? I know I've been teasing you guys with letting you know that I have a sneaky peek, and I do. It's gonna be quick, but I do. I'll see who stays along to see it. And I'm trying to think of what other projects have come out recently that you can still get. Oh, the kit. The kit you can still get. So I'll show you that before I forget. I'm gonna, of course, you know, finish this little layer here, and then I'll show you one of the projects, because of course when you do the videos that are pre-recorded, no one can ask you questions, right? I mean, things don't come up as easily as when you do a live video, which is another benefit of being able to have this like live interaction. So you guys can ask any questions. But yeah, really happy with the results of those projects from the last kit. Can you? Yeah, you can still get it. Yeah, the timelines are fuzzy in my mind, but yeah, they started mailing out this past week. Oh, okay, Mona Lisa, so you got your kit yesterday. So you did get the marshmallow hugs, right? Because that's where my mind just went. I'm like, wait, which one is it? And here's my the issue that I'm having, right? Because I'm now getting things ahead of time to work on. My timeline is so crazy in my head. I'm forgetting, you know, what month it is. It's insane. Because I'm like, no, it's November. And I'm like, oh, wait, no, it's not. It's September. I'm like, what the heck? So, yeah. I have to keep reading what I jot down. And I remember someone else mentioning that. It might have been Vicky, and now I get what she meant. I'm like, yep, no sense of time now. Okay, last little tab, folding over, and it's gonna join this little guy. And while this dries, before I move on to the next step, you know what, sweetheart? Mona Lisa, that one never made it to the US. And because I was not assigned that set, I didn't get it. Can you believe that? I was just like ho-humming about it, like, oh well, I might get it later. And every time I checked the page, it said that it was on what was it? Pre-order or something like that, and I didn't jump on that. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab the other project I'm referring to, because you may have grabbed this kit, and let me tell you, I think it's so darling. Not because I made it, but because you can do so much with it. Yeah, I'm kind of, you know, angry at myself for that. Because it was so adorable. But you know what? It's okay. I have so much that, you know, I really can't be too, it would be kind of fickle of me, right? But this set here, if you grab this kit, that little cup is so stinking cute. It came with the little whipped cream portion there. These little pieces here, I said in the video that, and there is a tutorial for this, I said that they're meant to be little candies. They're not. I thought they were, but it turns out that these are meant to go on that other little piece that looks, it almost looks like an airplane logo or something, where you put the little sentiment, that's the circle sentiment in the center. If you have the kit, you know what I'm talking about. But these are meant to complement that. I didn't know that, because when when we get the kits, there's no instructions. You just get the kit, you know, have at it, have a play, make what you like, you know. So I figured that those were little candies. And it just goes to show that that's okay. You can look at it and put your own spin on it. Now, this was the only project that I did that was shabby, but it is a home decor piece, and I did back it up with um, really strong chipboard. It's a lightweight chipboard, but it is still strong. And then I put one of these little 3M sticky things, Velcro things, and I've got it on my wall now. But I really like it. And then what I was featuring on this particular project was not just the die set, but also the mousse that comes in the kit. That mousse is spectacular. It's so beautiful. I did couple it with glitter on the floral part of this. I used it on all the layers. And then I also used the ribbon from the kit, and you may have gotten the 3mm or the 9mm, but it doesn't matter. If you're making a home decor piece, you know, you stick a little bow on it. Looks cute. It's fun. And yeah, that was the third video of that kit. There's also a shaker card that I shared, and that was on the release video. And I did an easel card, and I'm remembering now. So that was a lot of fun. So let me flip this over, and I'm going to cover this up with the red card. Now it's going to cover up all those little bits and pieces there. But it's a really cutesy set. I really liked it. I enjoyed working with it. Of course, being a coffee lover, right? It was right up my alley. And the other thing that I did not do, but you absolutely can, is if you happen to get the showcase dies from last year that were also coffee themed, oh my word, you can have a lot of fun just mixing and matching, you know, doing a lot of little projects like that. And they're all going to work really well together. So I'm going to just place this very gently on top of here. Like so. Okay. Now you may, a little piece of glass glitter just fell off of that project. If you have that type of medium, that's perfect for the edges. I don't know if you noticed that on that project, but that's where you can use it. You just sprinkle it on a little something else you already, you know, embellished. A little bit goes a long way, but it can just add the perfect amount of shine. And I love the embellishment mousse because of that. I think I crinkled a little point here, but I'm going to add a little tiny drop of glue to make sure that that adheres perfectly. And clean off any excess. Okay, so got my little 5 points. 5 points. This is going to fit right on top. Right? Let's see, right? And let me tell you, I think, let's see. Yep. Absolutely perfect fit. Wow, wow, wow. I am impressed. I'm so happy about that, because sometimes, I'm going to be really honest with you guys, some companies will sell you dies, you get them in your hands, you construct, you go through the trouble, and then when you go to put the lid on your project, the bottom will buckle and all that stuff. I'm not about that. I don't like it. So this is really nice. Very happy about that. And it did say to cut an extra one of these, and I'm trying to figure out why, but I think to create the beveled top, crease this stuff and put it on here, I think this is for these guys. I'm gonna figure this one out. Give me 1 second. To create the beveled top to your star, crease all the fold lines of your beveled point die cuts. Attach all 6 die cuts by gluing the smaller glue tab to the adjacent beveled point die cut as shown below. Use double-sided tape to adhere the remaining tabs to the underneath of your small star base. Okay, it is meant to go on here. And this is interesting. You're supposed to glue this one here like that. Okay, let me clean this up real quick because I got this kind of icky here, which I'm probably just gonna have to cover up with glitter, let's be honest. Okay, so it looks to me like I need to put adhesive on here. I'm going to fold all of these as a mountain fold with the exception of that little side tab like that. And this is going to connect here. So before I forget, if you are new here, if you just happen to stop by and you have not subscribed, I do invite you to do so. If you like crafty videos or just chatty videos in general, feel free to leave me a thumbs up. I know that not everyone can stay the length of the videos, and that's okay. I'm not at all bothered by that. As I said before, this is just a fun Friday for me to craft. No pressure. I'm almost done with an upcoming video that's going to release later this month. And I am so, I've had so much fun with it. So if you like the kit that you may be receiving in the mail now, next month is going to be a lot of fun. So I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not going to tell you what it's about because I can't, but it is a lot of fun. Super duper cute. And that's my only hint. Super duper cute. So if you're a kit subscriber, then you know that they are all kind of unique, and they have their own little twist and all that stuff. You do get another 10% off of everything Tonic Studios if you subscribe to the kit, so that's another benefit. But I really, you know, the one thing I really like about them is that, and I know I say this a lot, but I do mean it. It's that you get to try out stuff that you probably wouldn't even bother buying. And I'm not trying to, you know, kind of push it or anything like that. I just really do enjoy all the stuff. Especially when you try it out and you're like, I didn't know I could do that. That's happened to me quite a few times. And it's just fun. So this is coming along nicely. I think it's going to be interesting to see how it all comes together on here, but we'll find out. And I know I'm missing a little piece, so I will have to cut one more, but it's super tiny and it'll be easy. Okay, so just match the fold lines. It absolutely is, Mona Lisa. Thank you for mentioning that. I have looked into other kits, and here's what I did before I committed to getting the kits for Tonic, right? Because back then I was making mostly I was making like mini albums. I was participating in some swaps, not too many, but just here and there. And I was, you know, it's really interesting how things go, right? I was thinking, well, maybe I'll just start doing Cricut tutorials. That's what I honestly, that's what I thought I was going to be doing. I was like, I think I'm going to just go back to Cricut. I'm going to do some tutorials and just delve into that. And because I really love making mini albums and I really love teaching. That's just something that I'm passionate about. Then lo and behold, I was scrolling, I think it was through Facebook, and I saw a live video for Tonic, and I was like, oh, what's this all about? And I just sat there, and years ago, I used to watch a program on TV that was crafty. Oh, what was her name? Her name was Carol. Oh, I don't know if you guys remember who I'm talking about. Carol somebody. Oh, can't think now. But in any case, okay, so I used to watch this programming, and that live video reminded me of it. And I was like, oh, wow, this just took me back, you know, down memory lane of when I used to watch those TV shows, and the woman would be showing how to craft and this and that. And they kept showing all the things that were going to come in this kit. I was like, wow, okay, $40-ish for one of those. That could probably be fun. I don't know. But at the same time, I was like, but I'm not really into making that many cards, you know. However, I started looking, I was like, you know what? If you get the paper, if you get the dies, if you get the stamps, if you get the product, if you sometimes get glue, if you I started adding it up, and I was like, that's a really good value, because every other store, as you very well know, will charge you 3 times as much even for the same type of product. So yeah, it was kind of like a no-brainer after that. And I've enjoyed all of them. I can't say there's been one that I'm like, just because of the versatility. So, okay. So now I've got this little guy. I need something to cover that center. And yes, there's a die for that. That is this smaller little star, which I can put on here. Okay. I'm going to cut it out in white. And I'm just going to use this really quick. My little baby, as I call it. I don't know what I did with my tape. It's probably, oh, here it is. There we go. Yes, I mean, I've seen, for instance, there's other, because there are other companies that I also like. There are background dies, for instance, and a background die easily can run you $40 for one die. And then you're like, well, but I want to get paper, or I want to get I want to get something else to layer on that. And before you know it, you know, you're up to $200 easy. And for me, I'm just like, that's not quite my budget. It would be great if it were, but it's not. And to be quite frank, even if it were, I probably wouldn't, I would feel a bit convicted about it. So the other thing is I like the versatility of being able to skip a kit if it's not for me, which is probably why I can say that there's not a single one that I have that I don't like, because if I don't like it, I skip it. Period. It's that easy. All right, so I'm gonna add this here. I don't know if I should have waited on that, but we'll find out. And then it says to use the tape. Let me look at this. Double-sided tape to adhere the remaining tabs to the underneath of your small star base. Capiche? Okay, let's do that. I'm going to go with this tape here. This tape, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is from scrapbook.com. And woo-wee, it is sticky. Sticky. And I love it. It's good stuff. The red line adhesive that, or, you know, sticky tape you can get from Tonic is also great. I'm going to be using this today. And I know it's wider than what I need, but I'm okay with that. Because this is just going to stick to that lid anyway. So I think it's going to be okay. I think I'm going to go on one side first, then the other. Just makes it a little bit easier. Now, if you were going to make this super frilly, you could cut into all of those panels as I shared earlier. So that way you get more of a lacy type of finish to this, which would be absolutely elegant if, let's just say you're going to a winter wedding. You could make a gift out of this also for the couple. It would be so beautiful. Because you don't have to use this type of paper, you can use specialty cardstock that will look like fabric, for instance. And that can transform a project real quick. If you're not familiar with that, I do invite you to kind of just peruse the pages of the specialty card from Tonic. You'll be amazed at the different textures that you can get. The one thing that I will tell you, of course, is that that paper, because it's handmade, when you die cut certain papers, depending on the weave, they may stretch a little. So, you may die cut it and find that you have to cut away a tiny little edge. Depending on what you're using, it might fray a tiny little bit, but that's the nature of that type of paper. Not all of them, but some. And I just want to, you know, give that as a kind of disclaimer in case you've never worked with handmade papers. They're more fibrous than this kind of cardstock. All right, now let me just cover that up real quick. I've got all this good stuff covered up. I'm gonna peel away and get this started. And let's see, I'm gonna try to be patient here. Place it on here. And let's see if I can do it this way. Okay, I think that's gonna work. I think it will. I think it will. Come on, baby. All right. All right. It's a little tricky because you're going from a 3D piece to a flat piece here, but I think if you take it slow, if you're patient with it, it'll work out just fine. All right, so I'm going to pinch that little tip there, bring it to the side and press down. Okay, two sides done. When double-sided tape curls back on me, I tend to just fold it. But in this case, I'm just going to use my little sticky or pointy tool there and kind of guide it back. Because sometimes it does that. It'll lift right off your paper. Okay, pinch. Pinch. And you can tell, I mean, this stuff is so sticky, it's sticking to my fingertips really quickly. Sticks better to my hands than it does to the paper. But patience, patience. Come on, baby. Pinch it. I'm being gentle with it because I don't want to ruin my own project, but pays off in the end, I think. Okay, next little corner here. Now I have a question for you guys. Do you all craft just for the fun of it? Do any of you sell your makes? So I know some of our crafty friends sell a lot of what they make, and I'm just curious. Do you guys do craft fairs? Let me make sure this little guy's in here. Because in the fall, where I live, there are always craft fairs. I'm always amazed. But in the area in which I live, when I say craft fair, I mean Christmas decorations, anything Apple related, because this is where I live. I live in upstate New York, and there's everything Apple. This is the Apple kind of capital. I know Washington State is up there. I don't know if they whatever. A lot of apples. I'm rambling. But quilts is another thing that you can get. There's quite a bit of an Amish community in these areas, and they sell a lot of their quilts. You know, that's kind of the market around here. So I'm curious. And then there's, you know, there's the ladies that sell wreaths is another thing I've noticed for the front door, or things for babies. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what else. Don't see too many paper products though. Okay, last little bit here, home stretch. Woohoo! I'm making sure that everybody's, you know, tacked on there. Okay, so if you get this set in the future, or if you already have it, haven't played with it, it's good to place your pressure on the bottom portion here first, and then the rest will follow. That's what I'm noticing so far. Okay, because what I'm trying to concentrate is to make sure that I don't ruin the little points here. But I'm noticing that if I press on that base portion, it makes it all the more easy to line it up. Okay, voila, that portion's done. This little guy, I guess I could have waited to stick on there, but I don't think it got ruined or anything, and I can always add another one on top. But now this magnificent thing is going to lay right on top of here and make everybody look, or, you know, make this look like I tried really hard. Yay for that. And I'm noticing, let's see here. Okay, all is well. There was a little bit of movement there, so I wanted to make sure that this, yeah, perfect. Okay. Okay, now I am going to use wet glue right now because I do not have my hot glue gun plugged in, but if I were not doing this video, I would get my hot glue gun out and go to town on this portion to, you know, to glue this little bit here. But this glue is just as good. Make sure that I aim and then fire. Dun, da, da, dun. Oh my gosh, I love it. I'm not even done and I love it. But as I said, I was just going to do the basic construction in this video. And then I will do all the layers and come back and share pictures, or, you know, do like a little reel on Instagram or something like that. And definitely share it on the Facebook page. If you're there, then, or if you haven't subscribed to that, then I definitely encourage you to do so. You get to see other versions of this that are far more elaborate and gorgeous. Thank you so much, Mona Lisa. I do appreciate it. But let me tell you, this is really sturdy. So I am quite pleased with that. The angles of this create a really nice sturdy top. And of course, then voila, you know, cute little box. I'm going to continue fiddling with it probably throughout the weekend. Because I do have to be careful with my back, and I've been sitting for quite a long time, but I think it's well worth it. I'm looking to see if, you know, there's kind of like, it's kind of interesting. There's one way that it closes perfectly. I don't know why, but that is the case. And the little loop-de-loop thing, before I forget, where are you? Over here. Among the mess. The little piece here to hang the ornament, if you want to make it like that, which I said I will. Bear with me, guys. I had tape on my finger that would not come off. Okay. This little guy then is meant to go on here, but there's also a way to close this, which would be to place a magnet on here. So it says here, if you intend to use your star as a hanging decoration, adhere the hanger die, cut 2 adjacent side panels so that it spans a star edge. Adhere 2 of your 4 closure tab die cuts to the inside face of your lid and 1 to the outside face of your base. And that is referring to this here, just so you guys know. There are these little tabs. Sorry, I have another set back here and I don't know. Okay, yeah. I was thinking, I hope this isn't something that I'm not supposed to show. All right, never mind me. There's these pieces here. And this is meant to help you close the box. So you're meant to be able to place one on the inside, then one on the outside, and you can put a ribbon on it to hold it shut. There's this little piece to make it into a hanging ornament. And I know I said I was going to put this on, but because I'm going to put the layers on here, I'm going to wait until all of my layers are on the box, and then I'm going to add it. But it's as simple as adding adhesive to the 2 little circles and then placing it just like that on 2 sides. And then you get your little hoop there. But I think it's super duper cute, adorable. I love it. And this is without any, you know, of the shiny bits, as I said before. But you can use, of course, all of that's left here to decorate it. This piece here, by the way, which I did not mention, this cuts into your paper, but it does not cut the edges. So this is a wonderful little star to create cards with as well, because you can do an entire background just by using that. And then, of course, if you want to layer onto here and have it be a decorative layer, it'll cut into the paper that you lay on top. That's also great for the inside of the box. You can do the same if you want to add a little bit of, you know, a shiny piece of paper or something like that. But it goes without saying that if you use it as a decorative piece on the top of this lid without this 3D portion, which I added today, then it's a wonderful alternative to decorate the top of the box along with all of the other pieces here, because as I mentioned earlier, there's this little star here that can layer right on top. There's its little partner So in the same fashion, this will cut into the background, not the edges. And there's these little strips that I'll be adding as well to decorate the thinner edge. There's the little, this little swoop thing, the tag, the ivy, the greenery is what I'm going to call it. So super cute set. And now, for those who have had the patience to sit there and listen to me jibber jabber away, let me give you a really sneak peek, because then I have to let you go. Sneaky peeky. I'm not gonna talk about it too long, but just a sneak peek. Next Thursday, the showcase die from Tonic Studios will release, and this is the first tutorial that I will be sharing with you, and that's what it looks like. And I'm not going to go into detail, but that's just a little sneak peek. Super cute, super adorable. So if you like 3D crafting, you may want to pick this up. I don't have any links in this video today for this type of thing, because again, it's new. It'll release next Thursday, but I highly encourage you to come back to this channel and watch my video. The very first one will include the tutorial for that absolutely gorgeous armoire. And you'll be able to go at your own pace, because it's not going to be a live video. It's not going to take 2 hours, and you can even speed it up if you want to, whatever you like. But this has been a lot of fun. I know that I just made a simple little project, and it did take me some time, but I do appreciate you guys having been here with me to play and discover. I'm super excited to keep working with this, because the samples are so stunning. And I know that this is not my typical sample of a project, because the clean and simple is gorgeous, but I like to add, you know, frou-frou. As but yeah, if you want to come back, maybe I'll do... I don't know if I'll do a little video here, but for certain on Instagram, I'll go ahead and share the results of what this will look like in the end. Give me a thumbs up if you want to. If you want to encourage me to keep crafting, I can receive encouragement just as much as anybody else. I do very much love sharing everything crafty here, and also the friendships. You guys just make my day. It's so wonderful to know that we have so much commonality, especially the love of each other and the love of crafting. So I always say, I hope that you can be encouraged, be blessed. Thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to sharing more crafty videos with you. They will be coming along, and just to let you know, next week there will be 3, just right off the bat. All right? So have a beautiful weekend. Be blessed. Thanks again.